We will continue this module 1, servo motors. Servo motors, the servo system is one in which the output is some mechanical variable like position, velocity or acceleration. Such systems are generally automatic control systems which work on the error signals. The error signals are amplified to drive the motors used in such systems. These motors used in servo systems are called as servo motors. These motors are usually coupled to the output shaft that is load to the gate train for power matching. These motors are used to convert electrical signal applied to the angular velocity or moment of shaft. Requirements of good servo motors. The servo motors which are designed for the use in feedback control system must have following requirements. Linear relationship between electrical control signal and the rotor speed over a wide range. Inertia of rotor should be as low as possible. A servo motor must stop running without any time delay if the control system too is to be removed. For low inertia, it is designed with a large length to diameter ratio for rotors. Compared to its frame size, the rotor of a servo motor has very small diameter. Its response should be as fast as possible. For quickly changing error signals, it must react with the good responses. This is achieved by keeping torque to weight ratio high. It should be easily reversible. It should have linear torque, that is speed characteristics. Its operation should be stable without any oscillations or overshoots. Types of servo motors. Servo motors are divided into AC servo motors, DC servo motors and special servo motors. DC servo motors in divided into two types, armature controlled and field controlled. DC servo motor. Basically, DC servo motor is more or less same as normal DC motor. There are some minor differences between the two. All DC servo motors are essentially separately excited type. This ensures linear torque speed characteristics. The control of DC servo motors can be from field side or from armature side. Depending upon this, these are classified as field control DC motor and armature control DC motor. Field control DC motor. In this motor, the controlled signal obtained from the servo amplifier is applied to the field winding. With the help of constant current source, the armature current is maintained constant. The arrangement is as shown in the figure. This type of motor has large LF by RF ratio, where LF is the reactance and RF is the resistance of the field winding. Due to this, the time constant of the motor is high. This means it cannot give rapid response to the quick changing controls. Hence, it is unknown. Hence, it is uncommon in practice. Features of field control DC servo motor. It has the following features. Preferred to small rated motors. It has large time constant. It is open loop system. This means any change in the output has no effect on the input. So control circuit is simple to design. Armature control DC motor. In this type of motor, the input voltage VA is applied to the armature with a resistance of RA and the inductance LA. The field winding is supplied with a constant current IF. Thus, armature input voltage controls the motor shaft output. The arrangement is as shown in the figure. Features of armature controlled DC servo motor. Suitable for large rated motors. It has small time constant, hence its response is fast to the control signal. It is closed loop system. The back EMF provides internal damping which makes rotor operation more stable. The efficiency and the overall performance is better than field controlled motor. As the armature controlled DC servo motor is closed loop system, in comparison with the open loop field control system, generally armature controlled motors are used. Transfer function of field controlled DC motor. Assumption: constant armature current is fed into the motor. Phi F is proportional to IF. Flux proportional is proportional to the flux produced is proportional to the field current. Torque is proportional to the product of flux and the armature current. Applying the Kirchhoff law, LF dIF by dt plus IF into RF is equal to EF. Then the torque Tm is Jm d square theta m by dt square plus Bm theta m by dt. So finding the Laplace transform of the equations 1, 2 and 3, Tm of s is equal to Km, Kf, If of s, Ef of s is equal to s into Lf plus Rf into I of s, Tm of s is equal to Jm s square theta m of s plus Bm s theta m of s. So Tm of s is equal to Km, Kf, E of s divided by s, Lf plus Rf. Eliminating Tm of s from equation 6 and 7, we'll get theta m of s by E of s is equal to Km, Kf divided by Jm s square plus s Bm into Rf plus s into Lf. So Km, Kf, s into Rf, Bm, 1 plus s into tau m, 1 plus s into tau f. T transfer function is equal to theta m of s by E of s is equal to Kf Km 1 divided by Rf 1 plus s into tau f plus 1 Bm 1 plus s into tau m into s. So block diagram of the field control DC motor is as shown in the figure. The transfer function of armature controlled DC motor assumption flux is directly proportional to the current through field winding, that is phi m is equal to Kf into If. Torque produced is proportional to the product of flux and the armature current. T is equal to Km dash plus Kf plus If into Ia. Back EMF is directly proportional to the shaft velocity omega m as the flux phi is constant. EB is equal to KB omega m of s is equal to KB s into theta m of s. Applying the Kirchhoff law, EA is equal to EB plus EA into RA plus LA dIA by dt. Therefore, IA taking the Laplace transform, II of s is equal to EA of s minus KB s into theta m of s divided by RA plus s into LA. Now, Tm is equal to Km dash Kf If Ia. Also Tm is equal to Jm s square plus s into Bm f theta m of s. So equating the equations of Tm, we'll get theta m of s by A of s as Km divided by s into Ra Bm s plus 1 plus s into tau m 1 plus s into tau A divided by Km into s into Kb divided by s into Ra plus Bm 1 plus s into tau m 1 plus s into tau A plus 1. So this will be g of s by 1 plus g of s to h of s form. Therefore, this equation can be represented by the block diagram as shown in the figure. Synchro. Synchro is a type of transducer which transforms the angular position of the shaft into an electrical signal. It is used as an error detector and as a rotary position sensor. Synchro generator has dumbbell shaped rotor, whereas control transformer contains umbrella shaped rotor. For ease of understanding, consider that initially two rotors as perpendicular to each other. First synchro is called as synchro generator and the second synchro is called as control transformer. Synchro pair as an error detector. When a single AC supply is applied to the rotor of synchro generator, an alternating flux is generated in the rotor and the empty space between the rotor and the stator. The stator has three windings. One end of each winding is connected in the star connection and ends are connected to the three ends of the stator control transformer. Remaining three ends of the control transformer are also connected in the star fashion. As alternating flux is generated in the rotor of generator, it produces statistically induced EMF in the stator windings. As these windings are connected to the three windings of the stator of the control transformer, same current flows through it. Initially, the flux axes of both the rotors are perpendicular so that output voltage E0 will be 0 because it depends upon cos of theta minus A, where theta is the angular position of the first rotor and A is the angular position of the second rotor. As the angle between the two rotors changes, output voltage also changes, which is given by E0 is equal to E0 of m cos of theta minus a sine of omega t minus beta, where beta is the phase lag due to resistance and the inductance of the windings.